right. I need to be more chill.
Yeah, I'm chill.
Are you sitting up? Are you like
I'm
ready
here.
to go?
I'm chilling.
All right. I feel like we're doing announcements. Never mind.
And this is the Haven.
And welcome to the Haven Church.
And those watching online, don't forget to say
Don't
hi in
forget
the
to
chat.
check in the chat.
No, I don't want to cut you off. I'm like so programmed to not cut you off. Come on up.
Come on.
No, don't play with her.
You need to sit. Okay. Sit down. There we go.
Hi, friends.
It's you.
Oh, I didn't know. It's good bloopers. Just let it be. Hi, friends. We are the Vasquezes. My name's Jose, and to my right we have my lovely wife, Amanda.
Oh, yay. Oh, and this is Hermione.
Yes.
Here she is. She's our dog
Yes.
child. We are those people. We're so glad you guys are here watching this video. We just wanted to begin to document
Yes.
our fertility journey and share it with all of you. We are calling this segment of our lives and these videos Family by
Faith. FBF.
FBF is not a thing. I have started to learn as a woman trying to conceive, #TTC, that there is a real benefit to sharing your story with other women. And I also think it's been really beneficial for you to come alongside me as my spouse. So we want to just give a little background on us first so you can get to know us a little bit. And then also loop you in and catch you up on our fertility journey.
Our journey that we've been going on. I am a teacher. That's what I do 5 days out of the week.
What do you teach?
I teach high school environmental science, which is so boring.
And this is where everyone always says, "Oh, God bless you. You're with the freshmen in high school. God bless you."
It's okay. And then, and then I also help out at the church in a lot of ways.
Yes.
What do you do, ma'am?
Oh, so I work for our church called the Haven Church in Haddon Township, New Jersey. # the Haven family, you belong.
We love you.
So I work there full time. My technical title is Director of Ministry Development, but I really function as kind of a Swiss Army knife of sorts, running small groups, leading worship, managing our volunteer teams, just doing a lot of stuff.
She's amazing.
Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you. So a little love story background. You tell it, babe.
Sure,
you tell this
sure,
one.
sure. We were dating for 5 years. We met in 2018. Amanda friend-zoned me terribly, but I won my way out of that. And now we just recently got married.
Yes, we got married last May 21st, 2023. Yes. So I still think we're considered newlyweds. I don't think that really wears off.
Forever we'll be newlyweds.
Yes, we love being married. Marriage is great. Highly recommend. And finding a great spouse always helps in life's journey. And for example, all the things we're going through, it's just great to have a really supportive partner. So some people have this perception, oh, you've only been married a year.
Right.
You guys are already trying to have a baby. Like, why so soon? Don't rush. Enjoy
Why
each
rush?
other.
Yes.
Enjoy practicing. Yeah. And while we are enjoying that, we have been together for now 6 years total. And we knew that we wanted to start a family pretty quickly. We both love kids. We've got great nieces that we love.
Yeah, we also just have like a nurturing heart. We're very relational people.
Yes.
So we want people that are going to be stuck with us forever.
Yes.
So we can pour into forever.
We don't feel like it's too soon to have kids. Also, don't let anybody ever tell you that it is. Whenever it's right for you, it's right for you. And let's not peer pressure people to do it too soon or tell them that they are.
Yes, and you can always get checked fertility-wise at any time.
Yeah, that's some great advice I've gotten recently is if you are wanting to start a family, don't wait to meet with a fertility specialist or your doctor. If you want to have a family, if you want to have a child and bring a child into this world, it is never too early and you don't have to wait a certain amount of time. However, we'll go textbook here. The word infertility is kind of defined as trying to conceive for over a year. Yeah. And so we do fit into that category. So we did meet with a fertility specialist, more on that in a minute, and he told us that we are considered
unexplained infertility.
Yep.
That is the official term.
Yes. So we have been trying for a year. We did wait an amount of time. People, in all their kindness and meaning well, knowing we have been trying to conceive for a little while, just said, oh, go relax. So the cliches, go relax. Get away, spend time together.
And we relaxed hard.
We did. We were keeping busy, but we were out of our routine. Yeah. I have been trying to eat right and not drink caffeine.
She was trying to work out at one point.
I was even working out, going to the gym, trying to make myself the most healthy mother, the most healthy womb I could. We did everything in the book, by the book. I love to follow the rules. And still, were struggling and starting to get really frustrated. I called it like a monthly mourning process where I would get my period every month, and it was heartbreaking,
tough,
especially because we're both healthy to what we knew at that time, and we, we're relaxing, literally traveling the world.
You would have thought it'd be easy.
Right. And people, meanwhile, they would ask, oh, like, you went on your trip, like, oh, there's probably a little baby in there, like, no, not yet. So we decided that we were ready to meet with a fertility specialist, but you should meet with one whenever you feel ready. So before we tell you a little about our first consult with our fertility specialist, I wanted to give a little bit of medical background and kind of catch you up as to how we got to this point. All right, so get comfy, get cozy, because I'm going to give you a little bit of my medical history. So I moved to Nashville, and I lived there for about 3 years, but I moved there right after college in 2015. You make your joke?
Yes, you're gonna be a star.
Wait, try again.
You're gonna be a star.
You can't start laughing.
You're gonna be a star.
Because you literally are already laughing. That has to be more natural. You're gonna make your joke. But I had lived there for about 6 months or so, and then I had what I would consider a traumatic medical event. I had never been hospitalized, never had anything crazy happen to me medically at all, but I started having really terrible pain kind of on this side, acute, pointy, as I would say. I eventually went into the hospital. They couldn't really figure out what was going on. Through doing some other tests, they realized that I had appendicitis. Something was wrong with my appendix. So they're like, we're just gonna take you in for a routine procedure, no big deal. You'll be out of here tomorrow, you'll be walking later this afternoon, like, it's fine. Well, I woke up from the surgery. I did not feel fine. I could tell something more severe had happened, and that's absolutely the case. So turns out they went in laparoscopically, which means through a tiny hole, to try and remove my appendix, which is the standard part. But as they were going to do that, they went in and realized that my appendix had gotten so necrotic, which means infected by, an infection. It had gotten so necrotic, it had actually broken off from where it's connected and was laying on my fallopian tube. They said, oh no, we need to go get that appendix, because if it ruptures or explodes, that infection's gonna go everywhere, and that's not good. So they ended up having to slice me open pretty good, and they went in to take out my appendix, and they also had to take some of my colon as well, which is what your appendix attaches to.
Who do you blame for, like, you have like a theory?
My theory is it's Sodexo Foods.
We're out to get you.
Because I ate that in high school in the
cafeteria
food. And in college it was Sodexo. So
Stay away from
Sodexo.
that.
But anyway, they had to take my appendix, they had to take some of my colon, and I had a really large incision and a very large recovery ahead of me. I had great friends, support system that came alongside me, and I ended up recovering just fine. So that was in 2015.
So keep that in the back of your head.
Skipping ahead, Jose and I went on our trip to Italy. I actually got my period while we were on our trip, and I was heartbroken, very sad.
But being heartbroken in Italy is great.
Best place to be heartbroken, and it was short-lived, but still, if you are a woman that is trying to conceive, if you are the spouse of someone that is trying to conceive as well, it is really sad when that happens every month.
Because you can't really, as a husband, you can't do anything, really just console
just
support and kind words and be nice.
Yes, and give her a treat of some kind. We decided, hey, after this Italy trip, we feel okay to make this call to a fertility office.
Someone that I work with, she went to this doctor, and she actually came out with a baby.
Yes, multiple, I think.
Multiple babies, I think.
So
shout out to Amy Davis. We love you. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yes.
And the doctor's name is Dr. Manera, not to be confused with Dr. Marinara.
That's Jose's favorite joke about
who
our fertility
he
specialist.
makes a pizza, and he's also a doctor.
Okay. The dad jokes are here to stay, I guess. So we make this appointment, we go, we sit down, we start getting into all the nitty gritty, and then he asked for my medical history. And much like I just did for you all, I explained it. He was very impressed, wasn't he?
Right.
He
Very
was
thorough.
impressed. Thank you. So he said, I have to be honest, I'm a little concerned about your medical history because of that infection. When your appendix broke off, that was an open area, what's it called? The cecum. It was open, and that it is an open cavity down here.
It released all the bacteria from the colon into your pelvic cavity.
Well, he said, I just want to let you know, I'm going to be skeptical. He's like, I'm hopeful, we're going to get this all figured out, but I'm a little skeptical. So he says, I need to send you for some further tests. But again, asking a lot of questions about that surgery I had in 2015, I started to get internally a little like, oh
Yeah.
no.
For the record, I thought like there was something there because like for
Really?
it to land on your fallopian tube, but I just never said anything because I was like, I don't know, just didn't think it would ever come up. But
Right.
here we are.
I really didn't think it would be a
Connection
concern.
was there.
So we left there. He came up with a game plan for us. You know, we've already started walking some of that out, and we'll explain some more of it a little bit later in another video. After he gives us the information, he leaves the office, and Jose grabs my hand. We were sitting just like this.
Yes.
He grabs my hand. He's like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "No." And I just like, well,
She's
with
gonna
tears,
explode.
I felt like I just, it was a lot
Yeah.
in that moment to be like, wow. I just thought he was going to say, picture of health. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you have no STDs, like, you're fine. Like, I really wasn't expecting there to be like I have to be skeptical about something. So that was a little bit tough.
Right when you're about to break out in tears, the doctor comes back in.
Yeah,
so
I pulled it together, sucked it in,
Yeah.
and then immediately texted all of my prayer warrior friends, our community, and told them like, hey, start to pray for us because this might be a little more complicated. He let us know when we were in that appointment that it's about you're only dealing with, if you have 2 healthy, fertile people, only a 20% chance each month of conceiving. So if you are feeling discouraged at all, you've been trying to conceive and you're like us, everything should be lining up, you're really only dealing with a 20% chance. And if you do conceive naturally and easily, wow, that's amazing because you're only dealing with 20%.
You hit the jackpot.
You really did. But again, let's just be kind to everyone because we're only dealing with 20%. So try to not peer pressure people one way or the other or offer, too many opinions. Like, it's only 20%, which is crazy. The ironic part about when this appointment was happening is Jose and we had this moment, I suck in the tears. He gives us a pamphlet or some paperwork, some tests we got to schedule, and we leave the office, we get in the car, and we drive to church.
We were, during this time, doing VBS for the first time ever at our church.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. So we can't have kids, and now we got to go be funny and silly and helpful and nice to 50-plus kids. What the irony, I don't know.
Right. We decided to, instead of let that kind of make us bitter, make us negative, I was actually glad when the appointment fell in that week of VBS because I knew it would be an immediate distraction.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to get into my feelings too much of whatever the news was. And we just decided to view it like, hey, we are putting in hours of work behind the scenes.
Right.
We both literally wore like 80s tracksuits and really got into character for these kids, for other people's kids. And we said, hey, like, we're going to invest in other people's children. We're going to love other people's children really well. And our prayer will just be, hey, God, please hear our prayer and just please bless us with one.
Because we could have been bitter and be like, we're helping nobody.
Right.
But instead, we're like, we're going to continue to do God's work.
It's just like the grit of being in ministry. Sometimes you don't get to sit in your feelings very long. You got to get back out there and, again, you have your community where you can be vulnerable and let it out. But those kids needed us that day. Our team, our volunteers needed us to show up. Yeah. So we did. And the rest of that week, we're carrying this information of like, wow, we are infertile. Crazy.
And with no answers. Unexplained.
Unexplained.
Just like no answers at all.
Right. Again, if you're in ministry, be encouraged. Sometimes like we see you, comment, we will pray for you because it is sometimes a lonely road to carry the weight of other people's expectations or just they need you in a spiritual sense. And it can be difficult when you've got your own stuff going on.
That's a video for another time.
Another video. So you're kind of all caught up now on where we're at. Stay tuned. We've got some other videos already for you of some test results, some things that have come in and where we're at now. But as the woman in this scenario, it can be really difficult to want to literally grow a baby in my body. My body is made for this. I should be, I have a healthy cycle. Everything should be fine. And I physically cannot make a baby grow in my body. It's very frustrating. It's very discouraging. I found a lot of community with some other friends of mine, you know who you are, that are going through it in their own way, whether they can conceive but just can't carry a baby to term or through the first trimester, or whether you're just out here like stage 1 with us, like can't even get pregnant, can't even conceive. There is a real benefit to sharing in this type of community. And so many women have also reached out to me. I shared a little something on my Instagram when we were debating doing something like this, having a video, long form video of updating everybody. So many women in my DMs telling me, this was my story.
Shocked.
I'm praying for you. Like, I can relate. This happened for us. So thank you for those of you who did. And I think, you know, on our videos, in the comments, or sharing this around with someone who might need it, please do. We want this to be like a safe space, because many of us are trying to build our families by faith. And we know that God has a plan. I feel very at peace with that. I keep saying that recently, you know, all the information we have now, I feel very at peace that God will bless us with the right child at the right time. However, you know, sometimes it's really been beneficial to have a spouse and a partner that's so supportive. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's also just good to have a plan. We know the plan now. Some people out there don't even know what the plan is. That could be very daunting and scary. And during that time, I was in Scripture, Isaac in the book of Genesis, he prays for his wife to have a kid, to have a child. So every night, we missed some nights, but as much as I can remember, I'll lay my hand on her womb and I'll do a quick prayer. And it may be short, it may be repetitive, but it's just the intentionality of it, because, you know, it wasn't the woman that prayed for the child, it was the husband that prayed on behalf of the woman, and that just shows that unity and that connection between the woman and the man, and also with God.
I thought that was very sweet. So husbands, if you're, you know, a supportive spouse, touch your wife's womb. Let's all do it together.
Right.
And infertility is all throughout the Bible as well. So we're not the first ones to walk this road.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's from the beginning of time. But we know we've got a miracle coming.
Yep. If you have any questions, anything at all, comment, let us know so we can address those and give you as much of our insight as we can.
Yep. As we're learning and growing, we want to loop in all of you. Again, I'm learning so many new terms and new tests and new things that women have to go through, and like, I'll give it to you straight. So come on back soon for our next video where you can hear about our first round of tests and things and where we're at now.
Bye, friends.
Bye. We did it!